is up, my favorite beautiful people out there in the world? Schwabi, I'm coming to you from a different angle today. What's going down? Are you sick? You dying? Did the Lakers win another championship? No, we're talking about what everyone's talking about. He-Man. But we're going to do Revelation discussion in another video. Today we are going to talk about Filmation He-Man in the 1980s. And we're going to do like a comparison, contrast video. So today is going to be about Season 1, Episode 47. I'm going to go ahead and review Trouble in Arcadia. Real quick about myself before I start talking about Revelation, because I'm going to talk about Revelation in another video and people are going to be like, "You're a hater. You hate women. Women suck. That's what you think." I love women. I was raised by both parents, but at one point I did live with my mom for quite a while. I was very protective of her, still am. And I've got 2 daughters, both of which are all about woman power. And I applaud them. I don't ever want them taking any crap from men. I want them to be able to stick up for themselves and do what they have to be heard, okay? So trust me, I'm all about woman power. And I picked out this one episode from Season 1 of the original He-Man because I think that this is a good call out for women and men, and that we're all created equal. So I've been watching He-Man since I was a little kid. I can't even remember when I started watching He-Man. All I remember is by the power of Grayskull. And that's it. And then I went to work on these, and I've been He-Man ever since, in my opinion. I'm full of crap. I'm so full of crap. But yeah, I've been watching He-Man forever, and I love every single character. And the reason why fans call myself a fan, like a lot of people, is because it was about entertaining kids and educating kids at the same time. I got some of my best lessons from watching He-Man growing up. Okay. Season 1, Episode 47, Trouble in Arcadia, written by David Wise, directed by Gwen Wetzler. And, a man wrote it and a woman directed it. Okay. Trouble in Arcadia. Look it up. It's a very good episode. So the episode starts off, He-Man and Man-at-Arms are hanging out. They're using some new stuff that Man-at-Arms had created. He's like, "Hey, He-Man, ain't you supposed to go out with Tila here in a little bit?" He's like, "Oh yeah, man, I gotta change back into Adam. Whoop, gotta get crunk." So Tila's talking about, "Hey, I was talking to your mom this morning, Adam. We were talking about how she was first, almost like one of the first women to go out in outer space." He's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard the story before. I know." She's like, "Did you know that they actually only allowed men to go out into outer space for a long time before your mom went out there?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I heard that story before." He's like, "Up until that point, I thought men were better than women." And he starts, kind of chuckling and a tap trap. That's it. I think that's the name of it. He makes some corny joke about, women, men, they're not equal. Robots are better. So they made the little joke about, people being equal. And then all of a sudden they stop. They get stopped because they get out and they notice that there's some kind of clear force field, like a barrier. And so they get out, they go look and start to investigate. Of course, Adam's like, "You go this way, I'm going to go this way." So they separate, and all of a sudden, these 2 females walk up to Adam. They're like, "What the hell are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, hey, my name's Adam." And then they blast at him and put him in in a cage. And I'm like, men aren't supposed to be out here. So we cut over to Tila, and the women try to like shoot at her for a minute, and she's dodging, she's ducking, she's dipping, she's flipping, she's dick, she's dick, she's diving, dodging. She's doing dodgeball all over the place. She's jumping, she's hula hooping, she's being a badass. So already in this episode, we've got Tila doing some kick-ass stuff, and we got He-Man. He's already done being captured. Okay, Adam's already been captured, so we get to see all these cool abilities that this woman. We get to, yep, you heard it right. We get to see a woman who has kick-ass abilities in 1980. Okay, like 1983. Yeah. So I know someone was doing an interview not too long ago that's in a new show on Netflix that said all they did in that old show is keep the women down. Okay, so Tila's already kicking ass. All right, you're not the first person as Tila to actually kick ass. Okay, so back the truck up a little bit. So continuing on with her story, um, Adam gets captured. The girls are like, men are idiots. They get captured so easy. They're stupid. All right. So we go along there. We fast forward with Tila. Tila's meeting the queen. She's like, what's up? Are you the leader here? All I see is women. Uh, yeah. Um, yeah, we're all women. And guess what? There's nothing but peace and harmony here in Arcadia. We have no crime. Nobody gets punished here. We're good. Okay. And then come to find out, now Adam is in a cave. Basically, he is has been turned into a slave. So this queen, she captures men and turns them into slaves. She says the best thing that they can do is labor. That's what they can do. Men can lift boulders, and they can clean up a big mess, and that's what they're good for. Shutting up and working. Okay. Women are superior. So they move on. This woman's blowing smoke up everybody's rear end. He-Man's talking to the slave saying, nobody, man or woman, should be a slave. Nobody. This is ridiculous. And we're also slaves in this kind of a environment. You got stuff falling from the ceiling, and then he's asking one of the other slaves, he's like, what's above us? And the guy's like, oh, the entire city. So Adam gets really concerned really quick because he's like, so all of this debris that's fallen from up above us, you guys have not realized that the city could collapse on top of us? And the I guess the head guy's like, you know what? I'll go talk to the queen. So he goes. He tries to tell the queen. She's like, get back out of here. What does that guy know? He's an idiot. He's a man. He doesn't know his head from his ass. So she gets him on out of here. He goes back and he's like, hey, look, you need to get to work. Be quiet. You're gonna be here forever. So just shut up and do your work. Then while he's talking to the queen, before he left, he's like, oh yeah, there's a guy that we picked up. I guess his name was Adam. Teal's like, wait a minute, what's Adam doing here? Holy crap, you captured Adam? Blah, 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 blah. So then she starts griping at the queen. She's like, so what the hell's going on here? Why are men being told to just get to work? She's like, because women are superior. They need to shut up. So again, Tila at this point is pissed off, so she tries to escape. And the queen tries to capture her, and she doesn't. So Tila does her badass shit again. She's like, whoop, whoop, dick, diving, Dip. You know what I'm trying to say, dodgeball. Duck, dip, dive, and dodge, okay? So she takes off running. Adam, he actually calls it quits. He actually escapes and takes off running. They run into each other. He finds out that his sword is actually being smelted because whoever smelted dealt it. And so he's actually trying to find his sword so he can get the hell up out of Dodge. At this point, everything starts shaking. He-Man's still like, look, the whole city is going to collapse. Tila's like, Queen, listen to me. The men know what they're talking about. Men and women both are the same. This isn't something to take lightly. They know what they're talking about. They go ahead and actually put him back in a cage. And this time the queen gets a hold of Tila and she like blasts her and locks her up against the wall. Tila asks the queen to let the men go because we need all the help we can get to save the city. She actually does. The city starts to collapse. Meanwhile, men and women that are in the cave actually start helping each other. Once that happened, now all of a sudden, Adam's free, and he gets to the smelting pit, gets a hold of his sword, and by the freaking power of Grayskull. So He-Man shows up. Tila's excited, and this lady's like, "Who's this guy? What's he supposed to do?" Tila's like, "He's about to save your city because he's a badass too." You have strong female and male characters in the original series. City gets saved by He-Man and Tila and the men and women of Arcadia. The queen has finally decided that she's going to let all the men go. They are free. We get back into Attack Trap, and Tila and He-Man are having a conversation about men and women being equals. And He-Man's like, yeah, it was so dumb how they thought that men aren't superior and women are superior. He said, that's stupid. Nobody is superior over either or. Tila does a little hand grabby. She reaches over and puts her hand on Adam's leg, and all of a sudden Orko pops out and he's like, I've been asleep in the truck the whole time. What the hell y'all been doing? And they kind of tease him about being asleep, and that's the end of the episode. But then we have a message, like we always did back in the days, and it was about the Magna Carta and about how all people are created equal. Man, woman, child, black, white, anything, anyone are equal. So we had a lot of humor in the episode, we had a lot of action in the episode, and we had the ability to have a woman and a man shine together. What a crazy concept. You didn't have to sideline anybody. From what I read on the reports from Arcadia, no people died, and everybody came out on top. And not once did we ever watch the episode going, I wonder what Tila likes when she's in bed. I wonder what He-Man likes when he's in bed. That's what I really want to know. I want to know what they're into in the sack. It is getting to the point of ridiculousness, everybody. And I hate bashing people for hard work. It's things that they work on and they're proud of. I hate bashing on anything like that, but it's coming. He-Man Revelations is a complete opposite of what I'm talking about. And we're going to talk about it. Okay? Thank you so very much for sitting here with me today and talking about Season 1, Episode 47, Trouble in Arcadia, from the Filmation He-Man series. Please check it out and tip your waiter. You guys have a good night and God bless.